Hi Kushanda, hi Sumuk. Thanks for joining in a little early. So, how this quiz works, Kushanda, is that you keep your live stream on here, okay, and on another tab, go to kahoot.it and put in the game pin. Or you can watch the live stream on your laptop and you can download the Kahoot app and you can answer there. Basically, on Kahoot, that's like your answer pad where you'll be answering after you see the questions on the live stream. So you have to keep the live stream on and Kahoot on to participate. That's the brief thing. I will explain more when we are starting. Brief thing when we are starting. So we'll start at 10 o'clock, just letting you guys know. That's 10 minutes from now. Sure, Prasanna. You know, sports is one of my favorite topics as well. Maybe I'll do a sports quiz tomorrow. Bring March to an end. It's been quite a depressing March. Yeah, maybe we'll end it with sports. Cheers. We'll start in 8 minutes. Okay, guys, it's 10 o'clock, so I won't waste anybody's time anymore. Thanks a lot to everyone who's joining today. If you're joining for the first time, welcome to my daily quiz night, which I've been organizing during the coronavirus time. I hope you guys have been enjoying whatever I've been bringing to you. If you guys are participating for the first time, then just open a new tab or download the Kahoot app and put a game pin. That will basically work as a sort of an answer pad, and you can answer there the multiple choice questions, And we have 16 questions today, and the faster you answer, the more points you get. So try not Googling, because you'll just be losing points then. And there's a small 5 to 6 second lag between what my actions are here and what you can see on the live screen. So make sure you answer only after you see the question on the live stream. Because of the lag, you'll see that the options will appear on Kahoot maybe 5 seconds before you can see the actual questions, and that's because of the lag. So don't answer till you see the question. That's crucial. And I think we're ready to go. I'll just remove the text box so you guys have unrestricted access to the question. And I think we're good to go. So just before we start, guys, I'm going to take a 30-second break so you guys can just refresh your live streams if you guys have maybe dropped off a little bit by a few seconds, so you guys are up to date. And I'll be putting the first question up in less than 30 seconds. All right, I think that's enough time. We are ready to start. Best of luck, everybody. Remember again, that the questions will appear around 5 seconds after the options appear on Kahoot. So answer only after you have seen the questions. Here we go. Question number 1. So just little less than half of you got that right. It is a wooden leg. So he lost his leg in a train accident, but that didn't stop him from winning a gold medal. He got a gold medal in the vault, which is an event where you have to jump over a sort of a pommel horse. But the thing is, you have to jump without any springboard, and he managed to do that very easily and very successfully. So 29 of you got that right, and Sushant is the early leader. Here's question number 2. Thirty-five of you chose the correct answer. It is indeed Marvin. So he was called Marvin the It. Let me call it It, not he. Marvin the Paranoid Android, and this gave its name to the album of Radiohead called Paranoid Android as well. Stephen Moore had a song as well called Metal Man, and that's a reference to Marvin, who we're talking about here. And that takes SP up to the lead. In fact, we have a brand new top 5, and there's question number 3. Wonderful to see that the question after Hitchhikers gets 42 correct answers. It is indeed Pulp Fiction. It is one of those rare commercial films to win the Palme d'Or at the Cannes Film Festival. It won it in '94, and the three major actors, John Travolta, Samuel L. Jackson, and Uma Thurman, all received Oscar nominations, and at least for a couple of them, not Travolta, but for Thurman and Jackson, it kind of boosted their acting careers. From there, they've just gone upwards and upwards. Pushkar's gone up to the lead. Here's question number 4. Around 21 of you went for Wish You Were Here, but the answer is The Wall. The Wall is also their 11th studio album, but it's also a 1982 musical film directed by Alan Parker. It's about a rock star named Pink who is kind of going insane because of his father's death and a bit of a depression. The screenplay for Wall, by the way, was written by Roger Waters, who was their vocalist as well as bassist. 35 of you got that right, and SP's moved up to the top position again. Here's question number 5. Bit of a mixed round there for most of you. So yeah, he was known as Dr. Death, and he has apparently helped more than 130 people to commit a physician-assisted suicide. He had a quote which is, "Dying is not a crime," and people were divided on opinion on whether he was doing the right thing or the wrong thing. But eventually, he went to jail for second-degree murder, and he served 8 years there. And he was finally released in 2007, but on the condition that he could never be a doctor again. That's Dr. Death, Jack Kevorkian. 33 of you got that right, and Pranjal's moved up to first, BB's third, Serial Quizzer's fourth. Here's question number 6. So yeah, the 49th state was Alaska, and it joined the US in the late 1950s, 1959 actually. What's really funny about Alaska is that it's the largest US state by size, but it's also the least densely populated state, and in fact it has a third lowest population among all American states. Here's question number 7. A large number of you getting that right. It is indeed ace. So the term ace came about just around the First World War, when the dogfights, the pilots who had a very good kill ratio, or success rate, were called aces. In fact, this ace term was sort of spun into a positive. War was a really a bad time, but by using this term ace, there sort of a cult heroes could be formed at the home nation. It was sort of a propaganda term to provide the home country with a sort of a cult hero. Some of them famous people are the Red Baron. He's the most famous. Manfred von Richthofen. Others were Eddie Rickenbacker, Albert Ball. They are the famous flying aces. Looks like the top three got it right, while Gunnar moves up to fourth. Here's question number 8, the last question of the first half. So most of you went for the wrong answers. After a while, the minority is in the correct. 21 of you get it right. It is Clint Eastwood. You saw what it read. It said, "You made my day." And that's a line of his from his Dirty Harry series. First, he used it in the movie Sudden Impact when he said, "Go ahead, make my day." But it got most famous in the Dirty Harry. Ayush Nad is asking, how can I answer? Well, Ayush, just go to kahoot.it on a second tab and put in the game pin. That's the end of the first half. And let's see who's leading at the end of the first half. We have Venki Nexus, who's moved up to first. Gunnar second, Blabla's third, V is fourth, and Pushkar is fifth. Here's the first question of the second half. Forty-three of you getting that right. These are figure skating moves. Well, the salcho is when the skater takes off in a backwards direction from the inside edge. A loop is when a skater takes off backwards from the outside edge. And an axel is when a skater jumps forward. And it's the only sort of rotating jump to take off from a forward edge. Triple axels have been done, double axels have been done, and a quadruple axel is known to be the most difficult thing in figure skating. It's been achieved in a practice, but never in a sort of competitive environment yet. 43 of you get it right. Here's question number 10. Okay, my apologies, guys. I think I selected the wrong option. The answer should be black, which 48 of you got right. My deepest apologies for the 2 people who will get points on red. I think I clicked the wrong button. Black is the answer, and black is basically the last ball you pot. If you pot the black before the last position, you automatically lose the game. Apologies once again for that error, but good that only 2 people got it right. That means it won't affect the scores so much. Here's question number 11. Most of you went for the Sicilian, which is the book which comes after the Godfather. Parts of Godfather 2 and 3 have been taken from the Sicilian, but they decided to keep the same name just for the sake of recall value. The first Godfather film had become such a cult film that the producers did not want to waste the sort of good publicity and PR it developed for the last year or so, and so they stuck with Godfather 2 and then Godfather 3. 56 of you get it right. And here's question number 12. Thirty-three of you going for the correct answer. He was nicknamed Eric the Eel, and it's a very amazing story about Eric the Eel. So in the 100-meter freestyles in Sydney 2000, what happened was he was the by far slowest racer in the qualifying heats. He finished his 100 meters at 1 minute and 52 seconds, which is, I think, one of the slowest in history. It could be the slowest ever. But the thing was, both his competitors were disqualified, because of which Eric the Eel actually won his heat. Although he won his heat, his time was still too slow to qualify into the finals of the 100-meter freestyle. Nonetheless, his 1 minute 52 seconds was the record for people from Equatorial Guinea, and he even later became the coach of the country's swimming squad. He has achieved cult status, and his moniker is Eric the Eel. Here's question number 13. Enrico Caruso was the singer who was not passed to the three tenors. In fact, Caruso was one of the earlier singers in the early 20th century, but he died in the 1920s. Pavarotti, Carreras, and Domingo are the three tenors, and they became really famous when they came together on the eve of the 1990 World Cup final, and they performed at the Baths of Caracalla. After that, they've sort of become an iconic trio at the World Cup. They performed in 94 in Los Angeles as well, 98 Paris as well as in 2002 when the World Cup took place in Japan. Blah Blah moves up to second, while the remaining of the top 5 remains quite steady. Here's the third last question of the quiz. A bit tricky, but 31 of you managed to navigate the question through the question successfully. Well, the answer is Oprah Winfrey, and that's because Harpo is a Marx brother, Harpo Marx, and Harpo in fact is also the holding company of Oprah Winfrey's production house, her TV shows. They all come under the Harpo brand, and Harpo Marx was a Marx brother. 31 of you getting that right. Here's the penultimate question of the quiz. Spain and Portugal is the right answer. In fact, both the countries are present on the Iberian Peninsula. So Iberia gets its name from the Latin Hiberia, which originated in the ancient Greek world. Greek geographers called that area in the Mediterranean Sea as Hiberia. And it's currently what we know as Portugal and Spain. Good answer by the 43 of you. And just before the last question, guys, just want to say thanks a lot for joining. Hope you guys enjoyed the quiz. And after the last question, I'm going to also drop the WhatsApp link, group link for you guys to join and be updated with when I'm doing the next quiz. The WhatsApp group has no spams, only announcements. So you'll get 1 or 2 messages every evening from me announcing when I'm going live next. And that's about it. Here's the last question. Bit of a tricky question to finish the quiz, but 28 of you got it right. In fact, it's located at the Santa Maria del Grazie, which is a church in Milan, and you can see the Last Supper in aptly the dining room of Milan Santa Maria del Grazie. And that brings us to the end of the quiz. Let's see who came in the top 3. With 14 correct answers, we have Guna Forever. Good job. With 15 correct, that's Venki. And winning with 14 correct, but a bit faster today, Blah Blah Take Game. Congratulations, guys. I'll be showing all the results soon. Smog 4th, Pushkar 5th. Let's see how the rest of you did. And while I bring up the rest of the results, I'm also going to drop the WhatsApp live link on the chat window, so you guys can join the WhatsApp group if you haven't yet. Let's have a look at how the rest of you did. We know the top 5. Smog and Pushkar were 4th and 5th. Serial Quizzer was 6th. V was 7th. Freddie Mercury 8th. Chanan Labong 9th. And Pranjal were 10th. Here's how the rest of you did. Just have a look. And guys, that's the end of the quiz today. Feel free to drop off the live stream whenever you want. Do send me your feedback on how you enjoyed the quiz and what you like, what you did not like. If there's some topics which you're interested in, just let me know and I'll try to incorporate them. Hope you guys were learned at least something. It was a pretty high scoring quiz, but hope most of you learned something on your way home. And that's about it. See you tomorrow for more quizzing. Till then, have a great day.